Hello and how are you doing? I'm back and this time it is with a bit of exercise review equipment. In this case it is a old Bullworker that I've had about 20 years now. Now these things are not really meant to replace free weights or anything like this. It's just basically meant, in my mind, to be more of a supplement. It's something that you can use in the home in quite cramped conditions. Some people say you can actually take this off on a holiday with you. I just don't really see any reason why you would. But it is more something I would treat as a supplement to exercise rather than anything else. It's not going to build up massive muscles the way that free weights would do. But obviously if that's not your aim, then this is one of those things that's pretty much ideal for that anyhow. This is an older model. It's about 20 odd years old. That's roughly how long I've had it. There are more up-to-date versions which have a lot more bells and whistles on them. The way this basically works is that you have these two handles here, these two ropes, this metal section here. There is basically a spring of some sort inside here. On the more modern versions, you'll actually have sections that can be separated. You can't separate this at all, not without breaking it beyond repair. But the modern versions, you can actually open up, remove the spring that's inside it, and then put it in different springs for different levels of tension and so on. Now this version here has what's called a power meter or Kraft Miser. Let's hope the autofocus works this time. I don't think it will. See this red bar here, this basically allows you to sort of position itself. We'll position it over here where it's not so badly damaged. You can see where things have worn off here. But basically you are going to be doing stuff like this. And there's two different ways that you can basically exercise with this for the most part. You can either hold it in position for 10 seconds or you can do basically repetitions where you just squeeze it together like so for whatever purpose. There's lots of different possible exercises you can do. You can even exercise your legs with it in some regards. There's actually quite a dated exercise video. It's a bit of a promo from the 90s and it is something that you have to see to believe. That was the 90s. It was a more innocent time. Yeah, so like I say, this is an old version really, so I've had it for years. It's been bruised, it's been battered. As I said earlier, you can't disassemble this, and that's simply because these sections here are pretty solidly attached. There's no visible screws on either side. Okay, so as you can see, and there's no other way to get around it. There's no way to disassemble this unless you say take a sledgehammer or something to it. It is a complete piece of kit. There's loads of different exercises. If you click the link below, you'll actually go to those exercise videos. I think there's actually 3 different videos, and you can tell straight off the get-go that they are just direct transfers of the old VHS videos that would have came out with the original item so many years ago. They've not been treated in any way. They've not been updated or modified. The music is terrible. The outfits are very much of their time. Well, probably if you do go to the gym, you might see people still wearing stuff like that. But yeah, it is possible to do all kinds of stuff. I mean, I'll just go through a few exercises here. There's that. There's that. You can do it at different angles, but obviously the way I've got the camera, you're not going to see everything. And so on. There's exercises for the arms, and so on. And there's exercises for the back, like this. This archery type position. You can do stuff for leg exercises. You're basically just going to wedge your legs either side of your arms and just sort of squeeze them in, and you know, this will be the resistance factor. You can even do stomach exercises. Again, it's all on those the videos. Yeah, I just don't have the time or inclination to actually go and exercise with this in front of a camera for your entertainment. Not at this point anyhow. I did the 22 push-up challenge months ago. I think that's enough exercise for this channel for the time being. But yeah, this is still a pretty good piece of kit when all said and done. I don't think there's really any travel application unless you say going glamping or something like that. And I don't think I would really bother buying the updated version because why would I need to? Now, one drawback is this power meter here. Like I said before, it has actually worn off a little bit, but it goes up to, effectively it goes up to 115 watt. All we get is basically the fact that it's a power meter written at one point. We've got Croft Mezza written in the middle, and then there was another word that's been worn off through the ravages of time. But, you know, in general, I like it. It's good. It does do exactly what it's supposed to do. One thing that I've always wondered though is they've only ever gave you grips on that side. It's only moulded that way. It's not moulded the other way. It doesn't make any difference. You can still use it either way. Okay, and that's a chest exercise by the way. But it makes no real difference. It just feels a little lazy, a little cheap on their part that they did that. Anyhow, if you do get any version of this, either the modern day version or any other version that may have came in between that and this, and any version that's came before this, because I've seen older versions from the 70s which are basically a more sort of rounded looking brown colour with entirely different straps. I mean, the modern day versions, they don't have two straps, they've got just one tube on either side. The whole reason for having two different straps here is simply so that you've got different options for the different exercises you would potentially be doing. So you don't have to use both at the same time. You can use two on one on the other, and then switch over to even out the workout on the other side of your body. So yeah, is it really portable? I wouldn't have thought so. If you were to try to get this in your suitcase, it would probably end up bursting your suitcase open. Glamping maybe, caravanning maybe, but then it's still just going to take up space. No, if I was going to go off for any kind of holiday, camping or caravanning or glamping or even in a hotel, if there was no on-site facilities to go and, you know, do exercises in a gym or something like that, I would just do a whole load of push-ups. But, you know, for around the house, if you're on a limited budget or something like that, or if you just don't feel like doing free weights, yeah, look these up. There's plenty of videos on YouTube telling you how to actually exercise with these things properly that are not the ones I'm linking to below. Yeah, knock yourselves out. No, don't knock yourself out. Especially not with this thing. Bye bye. Hello and how are you doing? This time I am back with a bit...